In the next few videos, I'll be talking about IELTS Writing Task 2 and outlining some key problems that are likely to lower your writing test score. In this first part, I'll talk about the common myths about Writing Task 2, and then we'll compare these to the facts about this task. Before we start, be sure to download the worksheet in the link below so that you're learning and practicing as you watch. And look for the exercise numbers in the top left-hand corner. Let's start by looking at some common myths about Writing Task 2, which people often see as rules for how you must write in the test. One common rule we see is that you must only use the passive so that you sound more academic. I also hear people say that the first sentence in the question is just background information and you can ignore it. People also talk about something they call a discussion essay and then give rules about these essays, such as, in a discussion essay, you should not give your opinion. Similarly, people often talk about what they call an opinion essay and then make rules for these. For example, that you must only write about the part you agree with. Interestingly, I've only ever heard the terms discussion essay and opinion essay used outside of the test. Another common piece of advice is to invent statistics to use as examples, and to use as many high-level words and complex grammar points as you can if you want to reach Band 7 or above. But following these rules will lower your task response score. And although these myths are connected to the language that you use, they affect more than your lexical resource and grammatical range and accuracy scores. To understand why, let's look at the facts about IELTS Writing Task 2. We can verify these facts by looking at the public version of the assessment criteria, the information given on the official website, and by looking at authentic practice tests, which can be found in textbooks 9 onwards. From these example tasks and the information on the official website, we know that you'll be given a topic and 1 or 2 questions, that you need to write at least 250 words, and that your response must be a formal essay. So this myth about writing in an academic way and only using the passive is not accurate. Your task is to produce a formal essay, not a piece of academic writing. The task response band descriptor tells us that if you want to score Band 7 or above, your essay must address all parts of the task. So if you follow this advice about ignoring the statement, you'll lower your task response score. The band descriptor also tells us that you must present a clear position throughout your essay if you want to score Band 7. So following this rule, which tells you that you must not give your opinion in certain essays, will keep you at Band 6 or below. Similarly, if you follow this advice about only writing about the side you agree with, you're likely to ignore part of the task or write in a very repetitive way. It's better to approach every essay in the same way, making sure you always discuss the topic you're given and present a formal argument that makes your position or opinion on the topic clear, while also answering the question. What about this advice to invent academic-sounding examples and statistics for your essay? Well, as we've seen, you're not writing an academic essay, so you don't need to sound academic. An example is used to support an idea, and we're told that you must support your main ideas to get Band 7. We also know that, at Band 6, ideas are unclear. In my experience, this is often due to invented examples that don't support the main ideas in the essay, which is why this advice will also keep you stuck at Band 6 or lower. I'll show you an example of this in a later video. So, when it comes to the facts, we know that you do need to support your ideas, but the test question tells you to use your own knowledge and experience to do that, if it's relevant. So this is what you should do rather than inventing examples. The belief that you must use as many high-level words and complex grammatical structures as you can to reach a high level is a very common one. In fact, I've seen a list of rules like this one, and advice like this, which I referred to in my vocabulary video. But overly complex language makes your writing complicated, and avoiding using connectors makes your ideas unclear. This means that your writing becomes confusing to read, and your argument, your position, and your ideas are no longer clear. So this advice can lower your task response and coherence and cohesion scores. Think of complex grammar in the same way as vocabulary. Use it with an awareness of meaning and style, and only when it helps you to clearly explain an idea or point. Although you do need to vary your language to avoid sounding repetitive, it's best to see the language you use as a tool that helps you to explain clearly, rather than a way to try to boost your score. And above all, when it comes to preparing for the test, rely on verifiable facts rather than myths based on materials you can find online. As we've repeatedly seen, people who keep using the wrong materials and following the wrong advice stay stuck at the same level. This is particularly true in writing. In part 2 of this video, I'll look at the cause of many of these myths and explain why using the wrong test practice materials can lower your score or keep you stuck. In the meantime, my writing task courses help you make real progress in the writing test. The books take you step by step through the thinking, planning, and writing process. You can find the links below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any new videos.